everybody, and welcome to this fast chat titled Data Center Numbers Are Growing, but Is Your Efficiency Falling? I am excited to bring in Eric Jensen, VP and GM over at DataAir. And I am Bill Clayman, EVP of Digital Solutions over at Switch and the contributing editor over at Data Center Knowledge. All right, everyone, the latest AFCOM State of the Data Center report, this is from September, are showing that the numbers around data center space, they're growing and they're not slowing down. This includes cloud, edge, co-location, distributed environments, and so much more. However, it's also important to know that as efficiency is growing, a lot of people are looking more into how efficient their organizations are and their data centers are and how they can keep pace with all of this growth. And so we've got a very, very special fast chat here. And I'm going to bring Eric in right away. Eric, curious to get your perspective. We work with a lot of vendors in this space. We work with a lot of people who claim they can help us out, but we don't often challenge these vendors to make sure that they can actually fit what we're trying to build, make sure that our data centers can breathe easier and help us become more efficient. So I'm curious to hear about your top 3 list. What are top 3 ways that you can tell everybody listening on how to challenge their vendors?
Sure, thanks, Bill. Especially important this year, supply chain integrity. Used to be about the redundancy of your facility infrastructure, but now it is all about your supply chain. Your vendor needs to be able to throw you your who's, what's, and when's, and all of that should be built into your project plan, very tactically. Number 2, flexible solutions that are built on engineered platforms, not on products. It should not be an act of Congress to change an IO or a dimension. And finally, integrated project delivery, plain and simple, because the right product becomes the wrong solution when it can't meet the scale at your speed.
Your comment about supply chain integrity is so critical because you could have the coolest, shiniest, most amazing thing ever, but if you can't get a replacement part, it's just going to be shiny and cool and pretty and not do anything for you. And then your efficiency tanks. Remember, everybody, data center numbers are indeed growing, and you can't skip out on how efficiency scales with that growth, which brings us, Eric, to the next question here. Technologies. We talked about challenging our vendors, right? Making sure that they can keep pace with us, keep pace with our growth, make sure that efficiency is kicking in as well. But let's pop that hood actually. Let's talk specific technologies. What are your top 3 technology solutions that are helping evolve the efficiency in our industry?
AI and machine learning at the facility operations level. Few have done it, some are trying, everybody would love it. Number 2, variable speed technologies. We're seeing much more widespread implementation, whether it's fan, valving, or compressor technologies, but largely in combination, a combination of all of those 3 working in unison. And this comes really from rising energy costs, which we're experiencing in a lot of different locales, but also largely from increased pressure from the end user community to optimize those efficiencies. So future proofing is important now more than ever. Bill, I know that you talk about burnout proofing as well. As load demands are rising faster, owners and end users are really finding it harder and harder to guard against rapid obsolescence. So design in, turn down, or overclocking now. Third, water can be your friend, just not the way you might think. Cooling is not necessarily an either or proposition, water versus refrigerant. We're seeing unprecedented results by combining the 2. And that's broadly applicable across every climate zone. Economization is about optimization. And to think about only one cooling technology is really to limit yourself. So that's important. And we're also working on ways to rival the heat transfer of water. So, challenges are opportunities to improve on designs and how you execute on those. So you really shouldn't have to compromise on a vision, especially where efficiencies are important.
I think that's a brilliant point. Never compromise on vision. And you bring such an important point, future-proof versus burnout-proof, where we start talking about technologies, not that really cool, shining, dangling carrot, but actual technologies that make your life easier. And that's the whole idea behind AI, machine learning, data-driven technologies. Here's a secret. It's not here to replace you. It's here to create human-centric, people-centric technologies to augment your skills and capabilities. Just like Eric said, get out there. Try this stuff out, especially at that facility operations level, because you can make a true difference. Eric, you bring up some really, really interesting points. I hope everyone takes something away from this fast chat. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for joining for this fast chat. I'm Bill with Data Center Knowledge, and be sure to check out the Data Air website for more information on efficient cooling technologies for data centers. Thanks for joining us.